Wendy here. It's DIY time, and today we're going to be making these awesome mini waterfall cards. So let's get started. To create this mini waterfall card, all you're going to need is some light stock paper, glue stick, ruler, pair of scissors, and some color markers or pencils, whatever you need to decorate your card with. And if you have it, some color stock paper, construction paper would be really nice, just so that you don't have to color so much, but it's all optional. And if you don't want to do all these measurements for the cards, what I've done for you is on my website, I've given you a template right here so that you don't have to do all the little measurements, and you can just use this, cut these pieces out, and it will make exactly what I'm going to be showing you today. So you can find this at drawsocute.com, but like I said, this is optional only if you don't want to do measurements and you just want to make exactly what I made today. Before we get started, I wanted to explain to you really quickly what is on this template. This is basically the water card base, and that's the most important piece that you're going to need to cut out. If you don't have a printer, this is basically 1.5 inches by 6 inches. And these right here are just the two options I'm giving you to create these top cards. So this one is basically where you can color this piece and glue it on top, or this is the option too where you can just color it directly without having to do 2 steps. And then this one right here is the binder strip. That's very important. That will connect the two pieces, well, the folded piece together. This top piece right here was created by me cutting out a circle on the yellow stock paper and gluing it onto a pink one. And then I just drew the hearts and the smile onto the yellow paper and colored it with the red marker. And then this white right here on the teeth was just done by a color pencil directly on the yellow. It does pop out, so I'm going to show you right here. So just push down really hard and the white will actually show up. But if you, like I said, if you don't want to deal with all that work, you can just print out this template that I've given you and just directly draw on this and color on this. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. They're all colored and cut out. It's not as neat, of course, as if you were to directly draw it and cut it out on color construction paper, but it's way easier. So it's all up to you how you would like to create these cards. So now we're finally done with creating the top cards I'm going to be using today. So these are the 3 that I'm going to be doing today, and let's finally get started on putting them on the actual waterfall card itself. The first step is to get this shape cut out. So once again, it's 1.5 inches by 6 inches. The length doesn't really matter because at the end you're going to snip off whatever you don't need, but it's good to have at least about 6 inches or more. It really doesn't matter. It just really depends on how many pieces, top pieces you want to put on your card. So what I like to do is turn this around right here so that we can work this vertically, so I just can see a little bit better. The first step you want to do is to take whatever piece is going to be at the way bottom. So how it basically works is these pieces are going to be staggered on top of each other like this to create that waterfall. So whatever is going to be at your bottom piece, take that piece and you're going to put it towards the edge right here. I like to leave a tiny little white gap, but if you like, you can go directly to the edge. It's all up to you. But for me, I'm just going to give it a little edge right there. And as you can see, these cards are really flush to the base card. So these cards are actually also 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square. So if you don't have a printer, that's the size that you're going to need to cut out, is 1.5 by 1.5. So get this piece right here, and I'm going to leave myself a little white gap. And it's nice because it is a straight edge. I can just directly use this as my guide. So I'm just going to lightly with a pencil, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a line right on top right here. So I know this piece is going to be right here and it's going to be glued right on that part right there. So then the next piece, because I have 3 pieces, I'm gonna have to create 3 more, 2 more of these spaces right here where I'm gonna be folding. And I would like to do them about a 1/4 inch apart. So what I'm gonna show you right here is a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna come, this is 1 inch right here. So the 1/4 is, I'm showing you this mark so you know this is a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna come right here and give myself a little mark and another one. Because I know I'm gonna have to glue 3 pieces, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So 1/4 inch apart. And to make it a little bit easier, just go to the other side and also give yourself 1/4 inch on that side too. So that way you can just kind of measure and you know it's straight across. So now you can draw a line straight across where you gave yourself those 2 tiny marks. And so then you know it's straight. There. So now I've got these 2 lines in right here. So what you want to do now is to fold them. So you can just go ahead and just fold it like this, or a little trick that makes it a lot easier is to put your ruler against the line and just fold up. This just makes it a lot easier and faster. So just fold up and you're giving yourself a crease. Come to the next line right there. And once again, just fold up. And one more. This is just a lazy way of doing it. Or you can get like a very blunt edge and just score a little line for yourself so that you can bend it easier. It's really all up to how you want to do it. But basically now you've created this crease, these 3 creases right here. And what you want to do is to fold them down. So if you see this, you can see this basically is what you're trying to do. So now that you have these folds in, they're about 1/4 inch apart. It all depends. Like I said, I have 3 pieces here. That's why there's only 3 folds. But if you had a little bit more, just depending on how many you wanted to put on here, that's how many folds you would be putting on this card right here. And once you're done with that, just fold this over like this. And what we're going to do is the next step is we're going to use this little strip, which is where you can find on my template. It's called the binder strip right here. Take this strip of paper right here and put it under the card, the folded card. And what you're going to try to do is to fold this piece to lock these 2 folded pieces together. So it doesn't really matter where you put it, how high or how low, but you want to try to get it towards the bottom part because this is going to be right here. Imagine this being right here. You don't want it too low or else it's going to show through, but you don't want it necessarily too high either. It doesn't look as good. So just about right there, maybe about 1/2 inch up. So there, you've kind of locked it, created a little lock right here. And so that's how this basically works. Pretty cool, right? So you've locked these 2 pieces together. So this part in the back is still movable. It's not glued down. Only the top piece is glued down. So that's why it still works like this. Okay, so finally, now let's get to gluing. So I've created this emoji waterfall card just to express love, just for fun. And if you love these emojis, you can go to my emoji playlist, and I've drawn this one and this one, I think, and if you want to learn how to draw them. And so this is going to be my bottom piece right here, and I'm going to glue it right here on this first crease right here. So what you want to do is to make sure it's only, you're going to be putting glue on the top edge right here. So flip it over and you're just going to put a little bit of glue right here, just on the edge right there. Hope you can see the little shine so you know about how much glue. So it's just on the little edge right there. And then place it onto the first fold. So I'm going to put it right there on that one fold. And just press it down. So then, oops, got stuck to my hand. And so then the next one I'm going to put is this one right here. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. There. Basically, let's wait for that to dry a little bit before we move it. So now to finish it off for the bottom piece, what I like to do is right here, I'm going to create this little kind of like a triangle right here. So I'm going to come to my middle and give myself a little point. As I'm going to maybe come about this low. It's all up to you how you want to create your bottom, but I'm going to create a little V shape right here. So I'm going to just come to the center right here. So it's about right here. And just give myself a little point. And then I'm going to draw a little line. Now that you've cut this part off, this is how it works. You basically hold on to this part right here on the side and you pull. And you've got your waterfall. Isn't that cool? So if you wanted this one to flip up also, you would make another crease down here, right here, and then this one would flip up too. But I wanted this one to stay down, so that's why I only created that one crease right there. But like I said, if you wanted this to flip up also, create another one, and so then it would keep going up one more. And then what I like to do is, now that this is up, I'm gonna write my little secret message right here. So there, my do-it-yourself mini waterfall cards. This is the one we just worked on, and I'm just gonna pull it one more time just to show you because I just love it so much. Right here, I love you. And right here is my, I just love this one too so much. I couldn't do it for you as an example because it takes a little bit too long, but it's basically the exact same thing except that I just made these cards a little bit smaller so it comes in a little bit more. And I glued a pink heart onto this red paper, and I was trying to create a rainbow right here because once you pull it, ta-da! There's a cute little rain cloud at the bottom. And I wrote a little inspirational quote here because there's always a rainbow after a storm. Remember that, Drastic Cute fans, to never give up. And so I just drew a little rain cloud right here, and the only little thing that I might have done differently is right here. I just fancied it up and gave it a little angle on this binder strip right there. And other than that, it's basically the same concept. You would just have to make more of these right here, these creases, depending on how many of these top covers you wanted to put on. But I hope I made this project really easy for you guys to follow along. And don't forget, you can go to my website and, oops, too big, you can't see it there, and download the template if you don't want to deal with all the measuring. So there, thank you so much for watching, and if you love this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and share it, and remember to subscribe so you won't miss any new Draw So Cute videos. See you later.